Hey guys, this is Jessica Gutierrez with Clean With Me podcast. This is a podcast where I walk you through cleaning your house step by step. So let's clean together. Hey everybody, so I'm back from vacation, sort of. I'm still at my mom's. Today's episode is going to be a normal 20-minute speed cleaning episode, but also I'm going to sprinkle in some tips about staying organized when you get back from a trip and the best just tips on how to clean up your car and just get everything put away, because it is a hassle. And during the dish portion, I will give you a little update and just tell you some tidbits about my trip to Bayfield, Colorado. That's where I've been for the last week, and that's why I didn't do a Wednesday episode. But let's get right into it. Go ahead and do whatever you do to get motivated to clean, whether that's throwing your hair up in a bun, opening a window, lighting a candle, whatever it is you do. If it's just turning on the podcast, then you're already there and motivated, and let's get into it. So before anything, go ahead and throw in a load of laundry and start your washer. Do a laundry switch, as we like to call it. Take your clothes out of the dryer, put them in a laundry basket for after the episode, and then put some clothes in the wash so that after the episode you'll be able to switch them and fold some clothes. And while you're doing that, like I said, I stayed with my mom for about 5 days. That's when we did the last episode, and she was breeding my dog with her. I left him here, and they did their thing while I was in Colorado. I went about 4 or 5 days ago, and we had bought a cabin months back. We've been making payments on it, and we were part of like a big family reunion with my dad's side of the family. Everyone went out there in their RVs or got a cabin at this one site, and a lot of people ended up showing up. It was really fun for the kids. It was hectic because, any trip with 2 toddlers is hectic, but they actually did pretty good on the drive and everything went pretty smoothly. The cabins were nice. It rained quite a bit, so there was a lot of kids jumping in mud puddles, so we had to stop by the store a few times and get more sweaters for them, stuff like that. But they did have a washer and dryer up there, so we were able to wash all of our clothes while we were up there before we went home. And go ahead and move on to the kitchen now if you're done with your laundry switch, and just start putting away those dishes where they go to make room for the new dishes, and start on those that kitchen. And while you're doing that, so I mentioned my husband washed the clothes. If you're doing actual camping, not in a cabin, they probably don't have a washer and dryer. But if you're on a trip and there's any way possible you can go wash your clothes, it's great to just wash everything right before you go home. That way you could just, when you get home, you take your bags inside and you could just put those clothes away instead of, because if you bring home dirty clothes, then your dirty clothes are mixed with your clean clothes, and then you have to wash everything, and it takes like 10 hours. So it's good to just do it right before you go home. Makes things easier on you because everyone's super tired and jet lagged and or tired from driving by the time you get home. We drove. And yeah, just be working on those dishes. And if you don't have access to a washer and dryer, bring some trash bags or an extra bag with you to put your dirty clothes in, and just keep those separated. That way when you get home you could just throw them in the wash if you're someplace without washer and dryer access. Another good trip, if you're road tripping, every time you get to a gas station to fill up, have all your kids or whoever is riding with you, your partner, whoever, and have them round up all the trash for you and just throw away all the trash every time you go to a gas station. And that'll fix, some of the accumulation of trash for the road trip. My kids like to dump out chips and stuff while we're driving, so I laid down some blankets on the bottom of my floorboard so they wouldn't mess anything up, because I kind of let them do more things and eat more things because on a long drive, because I don't want to hear them screaming. So I laid down some blankets underneath their seats. I have seat covers, as I've mentioned before, because that's essential with kids. So I could just throw those in the wash when I get home because they are dirty. And I put the blankets on the floorboard. That way, whenever they dump out chips or cereal or whatever it is they're eating, I could just brush it off at the at the gas station into the trash or onto the ground if it's just food. Since I do have a new car, I just wanted to do that as an extra precaution so they don't just, stain my floorboard, dump out drinks, whatever it is. Because my little one likes to dump out her milk bottles and stuff like that. And also on the way to my mom's, we had the dog, so the blankets were also there to protect my car from the dog. Because I don't like it to smell like dog. And while you're doing those dishes, go ahead and check your refrigerator and see if there's any dishes in there that need to be cleaned out, any leftovers, anything that needs to be thrown out while you're doing the dishes, while you're in the dishes mode. That way it gets done and you don't even have to think about it. But yeah, we went to Bayfield, Colorado for about a week. It was like a family reunion with my dad's side of the family. Lots of family showed up. The kids had a lot of fun. The cabins were great. The air was so clean and nice out there. It was awesome. We got to ride a boat. We got to go to the lake. We went to the hot springs, which was awesome. There's like these little pockets of hot water for those of you that haven't been before. There's like a river area with cold water, and then there's these little pockets of hot springs that are super hot, and it's like sitting in a hot tub. It was awesome. I really want to go back in the winter just to go to the hot springs because it was really cool. And, we had a lot of fun, but like anything, after a trip that long and with kids or without kids, it's just, it takes a lot out of you when you go on a trip like that. So when you get home, the first thing you want to do is just, lay down and chill. You don't really want to empty out your car, but if you don't do it immediately when you get home, you're not going to do it for a while, and it's probably just going to sit in there. So the best thing to do is as soon as you get home, take your bags inside, and if it's late, you can get to it in the morning, but as soon as you possibly can, just empty out your bags and put it away. That way it's not just sitting there. And the reason why I say bring them inside is because if you can physically see them and they're in the way and in the living area, you're more likely to put them away right away. And I mentioned the washing the clothes thing, but if you do that, what I like to do is I like to take, fold it into family piles and then put the clothes back into their bags. That way everybody's stuff is where it... Sorry, the baby's sleeping on me. But everyone's stuff is where it should be, and it's real easy to put them away if they're already, in the right person's bags when you get home. But if you don't want to do that and you want to just throw them all in a bag and fold them and put them away when you get home, that's fine too. Just the easier way I've found to do it is if you fold them while you're there and while you're packing up your stuff, and it only takes a couple minutes, and just put them in the bag of the person they belong to. That way it's real easy to put the stuff away when you get back. And I think my mom has done like a hotel episode before or a traveling episode, but always do a once-over of your entire room or cabin or hotel room when you leave to make sure the kids didn't stuff anything anywhere. My kids like to shove stuff in drawers, so I checked all the drawers, checked all the cabinets, under the beds, just do a good once-over, make sure you didn't forget any chargers or anything like that. I always do that. Every time I leave, I do one check, and then right before I leave and lock the doors, I do a second check just to make sure we didn't miss anything, and it never fails. We always miss like a charger or something like that, something small. So it's always good to look in the drawers. And if you're not done with your dishes, that's fine, but we're just doing a quick speed clean today, so I'm going to go ahead and move on to the other areas of your kitchen, but just work on whatever it is you need to be working on during this time. Go ahead and clear your countertops and tables. Make sure there's nothing there that doesn't belong. Put the stuff where it goes. If there's anything cluttered on your countertops, deal with that right now. Just make as much surface area as possible. Clear all of your counters and table. That way you can do a very thorough wipe down. Grab your Clorox wipes or your rag, whatever it is you use after you put everything away, and just thoroughly do a quick wipe down of your countertops, your microwave, handles, things that are touched often, underneath appliances, behind your sink. Sometimes there's food and stuff behind your sink after you do the dishes. Refrigerator, sometimes little sticky fingers are touching your refrigerator, your handles. Chairs, high chair, don't forget your high chair. And we're just doing a quick speed clean if you have somewhere to be, or you're in a hurry, or you're about to get to work, anything like that. We're not going to dive really deep into it. We're just trying to make it look decent and just get the food and the whatever crumbs off of your countertops and just make it look presentable. So just quickly, wipe everything down. If you wipe crumbs on the floor, you can sweep up any crumbage or anything that has fallen off of the countertops. That way you don't track it throughout the house, and just quickly do a spot sweep of your kitchen before you move on. So while you're finishing your wipe down, the last thing I want to say about traveling, there's not that much to it. Just put things away as you go. Try to keep everything in the places that you brought it in, the bags that you brought them in. That way things don't get out of hand and they're not just all over your car. And the next day after your trip, whenever you get time, just take it up to the car wash or use your hand vacuum if you have one, and just do a thorough vacuuming of your car. And my extra step would be taking the covers that I have and just throwing them in the wash. But since this is a speed clean, we're going to go ahead and move on to the outer areas quickly. If you're still working on the kitchen, do whatever you need to do personally. It does take me a long time to clean my kitchen most days because it's the messiest room of the house, especially after the kids eat. There's a lot of stuff to wipe down. But I'm going to go ahead and move on to the living areas. So let's go ahead and get those focal points of the room quickly. Adjust your cushions, your couch cushions, make them look nice. Fix any rugs, pictures that are crooked or out of place. If you haven't opened your windows already, you could do that to brighten up the room and brighten up your mood and keep you motivated to clean. This is a quick Sunday episode, so we're not going to look under our couches today. We're going to let whatever is under there stay there because we have to get out the door quickly. We're just going to quickly pick up, put everything away that does not belong, any toys or just miscellaneous junk that's in your living areas accumulating on your coffee tables, your end tables, and just quickly put those away where they go. And even though we're speed cleaning, we want to put things away where they go. Don't just stuff things in another room. You'll regret it later when you get to those rooms. So just still take the time to put things where they go, but just quickly, straighten up. Get all those main areas, the main things in your living area that make it look messy. If there's anything major that needs to be wiped down, like if the TV stand or TV, or if you have a TV, or the front door has smudges on it or something, you can wipe that down quickly. When I'm doing my outer areas, it makes me think of my pets because I feed my pets behind my couch. So while I'm doing my outer areas, sometimes I'll do my pet chores and I'll just clean out a litter box really quick before I leave the house, or I'll feed my dogs and my dog and my cats. Whatever animals you have, you can do your pet chores at this time quickly before you leave. If that's something you do, that's what I do before I leave the house. And I forgot to mention to take out the trash, so if you haven't done that, if you haven't taken out your kitchen trash, if it's full, don't forget to take that out and change the liner of your trash can. We're not going to deep clean our trash can or anything today because we're trying to get out the door. So if you have time to sweep or do a quick vacuum in your outer areas, you can either do that at the end of the episode or now. I know it's kind of hard to listen to stuff while you're vacuuming, so you might want to do it at the end of the episode. I like to do all my floors at one time. That's why I do it that way and do it at the end of the episode. So whatever you like to do, whatever is more natural to you. But when you're done doing a quick straightening of your outer areas, make sure when you first walk in, your entryway, everything's in its place. The curtains, the rugs, whatever it is, make sure they're in their place and look nice. And then we're going to quickly move down the hall and to the bathrooms and do a quick straightening of your bathrooms. So if there's any dirty clothes on the floor or in the hamper, you want to take those to a laundry area, and so they're ready to get washed. I have a laundry basket in my bathroom, so I'll bring that into the laundry area, dump it out into my main laundry bin to be washed. If there's any towels that need to be washed, you can just throw those in the laundry area. And anything out on the countertop, straighteners, makeup, whatever it is, toothpaste, anything that's doesn't have a permanent home on your countertops, go ahead and put that away now and clear your countertops as much as possible quickly. Same thing with anything on the floor. Put that where it goes. Just put things out of sight, out of mind. Clear as much surface area as possible so there's not a bunch of clutter. And then just do a quick wipe down of your mirrors first. I like to use my Clorox wipes for my countertops and everything. I like to use Windex and paper towel for my mirrors. You probably do too. So just quickly wipe down your mirror, get out any toothpaste splatter if you have kids, you know what I'm talking about. And wipe down your countertops, behind the sink, your faucets. After you clear everything off, you should have plenty of space to wipe everything down. Lift stuff up and move it if you need to. Once you're done with your countertop area, move on to your toilet and just get your Clorox wipes or whatever it is you use and just do a quick wipe down, starting with the areas you touch first. Preferably using disposable wipes because it just makes things faster. I like to use gloves during this part and just wipe down every area of the toilet very quickly. It doesn't take a lot of time to do it. Yes, I do wipe down my toilet if it needs to be wiped down. Not everyone's needs to be wiped down constantly. I just, I have little, so mine does. So if yours needs to, just do a quick wipe down of your toilet, and we're not going to worry about the bathtub because it's a speed clean, and just you can sweep at the end of the episode. And we're going to move on to the bedrooms now. So let's quickly go to the bedrooms, and we're just going to make our beds really quickly, fix our bedding, fix our pillows. If you have big kids or other people living with you that you're in charge of, you can tell them right now to straighten up their rooms and their bathrooms if they have their own bathroom, and have them straighten along with you. Delegate. That way you don't have to do it all yourself and it all gets done at the same time while you're getting out the door. Because I know when I'm getting out the door, I have to get everybody ready and stuff, so I have a very small amount of time to clean up before I leave. That's why I like doing these speed cleaning episodes, because more often than not, I'm just doing a quick straightening before I leave. Because even if I do a major clean once a day, the kids usually trash it periodically throughout the house, so I just do a quick walkthrough of my house and just straighten everything up before I leave the house. So once you're done with pillows and fixing your bedding, if there's any laundry in your room, you can go ahead and move that to the laundry area and just pick up your floor, put everything away where it belongs. You don't have to look under your bed today. We're going to save that for a time where you have some more time. Just pick everything up, clear surfaces. You can do a quick wipe down if you need to, if there's a lot of dust on your, tables or dressers in your room. Any dishes in your room or anything, you could take those out and put them in the kitchen and wash them really quick if you didn't do that step earlier. We're just making it look presentable, just fixing the bed is the main thing. I found also that if I fix my bed when I wake up in the morning, it really sets the tone for the day and just makes me want to be more productive for some reason. So I like to make my bed in the morning. But thank you guys for cleaning with me. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the episode because we're coming up on the 20-minute mark. If you guys don't follow me on Facebook and Instagram, it's at Clean With Me Podcast on Facebook and Instagram. Also, my art page is at Jessica's Custom Work, all lowercase, on Facebook and Instagram. Please give me a like or a follow. I haven't been doing much painting lately. I've been doing more dog portraits lately consistently, but not a lot of big paintings, but I would love to. If you guys want to follow me and you want a painting, let me know. Inbox me. Also, if you would like to financially support me on Patreon, support the podcast, get some exclusive behind-the-scenes pictures and stuff about my life and my house, some before and after pictures sometimes. I have had a lot going on lately, so I haven't posted a lot, but I will be posting consistently starting when I get home. I will put the link for that in the description. But thank you guys so much for listening, and as always, happy cleaning!